I have heard that 10% of all people won't like us no matter who we are or what we do. Rejection can actually be your protection.
I think I'm crazy, but I've been craving.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. If you guys are new here, welcome. You guys came in at the perfect timing, okay? We are going to get into deep discussion. Okay, I am doing a get ready chit chat, all right? And if you guys are existing fan, well, you already know I do not hold back in my discussions. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. We are talking today about confidence, okay? Yes. So if you guys like these type of videos, make sure you hit a thumbs up. And if you are not following me already, you definitely want to follow me over there at my Instagram account at iamdanala, because if you cannot find me over here, you definitely can find me over there, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing I want to discuss that I thought was an amazing topic to cover, and I get this question a lot. Like I can't even express how many times I get asked about how are you confident? Like, where do you get your confidence from? How are you able to do what you do? How are you able to wear the clothes that you want to wear, speak the way you want to speak, just be myself and not feel, jaded by other people's opinions, or just in general not feel shy to speak up and just to be myself. And so I said, this will be a good discussion to talk on here with you guys, because I get this question a lot. So I said, let's just dive right into it, okay? So the first thing that I think about when I think about my confidence, where I get it from, I have to go back to the beginning. I have to. There's no way I can jump into right now. I have to go, where did I get it from, where it started? And if I be completely honest, I got it from my mom. When I was a little girl, of course, I'm just a baby chick, so I don't know anything about this world. All I know is from what I see through the eyes of her. And one of the things that stand out to me most that I can remember, I remember it will be the summertime. And we would go to downtown Belle Isle. At the time, Belle Isle was the jump off spot, y'all. It was the pop off spot. If you know, you know. If you don't, it was the jump off spot where everybody went, honey, to go to the beach. All of the people would hang out in the summertime. If you couldn't do anything else fun in Michigan, you definitely went downtown Belle Isle when it was nice. It was nice then. I don't know what it looked like now, but it was definitely nice then. And so my mom would put on her swimming suit. And her swimming suit, honey, was not the average swimming suit, honey. It was, honey, the shorts to the thigh, honey. She would have her cute little pattern on it, and she would have her spaghetti straps that would wrap around her neck, and then to her back, all her back was out, okay? She had a little stomach, but when I say gorgeous, gorgeous, okay, still gorgeous to this day, okay? But she was beautiful in every inch of who she was, okay? My mom, again, she was not the thinnest person in the world, but she wore it, honey, and it definitely didn't stop the guys from coming to the yard, okay? So me being a little girl, it showed me that beauty is not based on the scale, the weight on the scale. I can't put it any plainer than that. My mom was the pure example when I was a little girl of, you could be any size. It didn't matter, honey. As long as your confidence, you feel beautiful, you love yourself for who you are, and you wear it every day, honey, when you show up, honey, even a person that underestimates you, they're gonna be a believer by the time they meet you and they get to know you. So it was just one of those things that she was a gorgeous girl, but it's different when you know nobody has to tell you. So seeing that and being a little girl as I grew up, I never saw my mom question her beauty. Like, never. She knew she was a smart girl. She knew she was a beautiful girl. Being around that confidence from the time I was a little girl, it rubbed off on me even now. I'm 30 something years old. And again, it's not that I'm being stuck up. It's just that I don't go to people to find out who I am. I go to my creator, the Lord, to find out who I am. My Lord, who tells me that I'm wonderfully and beautifully made. I don't check in with other people about what I already know to be true. And so being around that was powerful, like a little girl at my age. And what I would say is, I get that not everybody grows up in that environment. So what I mean by that, I had a beautiful example of weight is not based on a scale. If you gain weight or lose weight, if you base beauty on that, let me tell you something. The trends change, y'all know it. It changed like nobody's business. 1 minute thin is in, next minute thick is in, next minute big is in. You will be crazy, okay? So I already knew, honey, if you go based on that, if you stack your cars up on that hill, honey, it's gonna burn, crash, drown, all the above. You gotta know within yourself that you are beautiful, and that is it. That's a period. Ain't no question mark, ain't none of that. You got to know that for yourself. So experiencing that, I get not everybody grew up in that type of environment. So what I would say, the second thing that I would definitely say, well, the first thing I would say is your environment is everything. I'm gonna start off there. If you are around individuals that constantly point out negative things in your life, the best bet is definitely address it, especially if it's somebody who's a loved one, because we love our, our family, we love our loved ones. Address it with them, ask them, or let them know that you prefer to discuss your weight or whatever it is with your professional doctor who got all your information. We ain't discussing weight with anybody else. And that's the sad part, because a lot of times people be giving advice that they don't know if a person is allergic to something. They telling you what you should do, how you should do it, and do not have a clue what is your health background. So they can assist, they can ask, they can tell you all they want to. It's up to you to know that this is not a medical professional, therefore I will not be taking no advice from this person. However, if it constantly happens and you notice that it's almost to where you're dodging this person because you feel like, okay, why does this person keep pointing out? Like, I'm not even worried about this as much as this person worried about it. Politely, respectfully address it to them, let them know like, hey, I appreciate it if we do not discuss this, whatever it is. I'm mentioning weight as an example because I get that a lot. Like, people always often ask me about, like, I have this thing. I'm wondering, how do you handle things like that or whatever? And so this is how I address it, straight on. Let them know, like, I would prefer to discuss with us, our friends thing. But when it comes down to business, if it's a business thing, you're talking about business, entrepreneurship, and they're always negative, always tearing down. Well, how you gonna do that? Wait, when you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? Ain't nobody ever did that. And again, I try to tell people not to take it personal. I oftentimes never take it personal because a lot of times people can only know from their own personal experience. So if they never reached a certain level, they're gonna feel a way about maybe you can't do it because they never reached that level. It might not even be something in a profession. So yes, they can't see it. So when you hear people say, oh, how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that? I ain't never seen nobody do it. That is telling you they're saying that they know they can't do that. And they probably can't do it if they put their time to it. But they don't want to. They can't see themselves doing that. So don't ever take that as them telling you. I don't care even if they come out their mouth and say, you can't do that. They're telling you that they can't do it from their experience, for what they view. Okay, don't ever let that stop you. But again, a lot of times people project, and I always say this, you can almost tell the very thing about a person, but what spills out their very mouth. I don't care if they putting you to it. You can almost tell. It's oftentimes, especially if they don't know you, they don't know anything about you, that is a projection of maybe in their environment, they were always shunned, or they were always talked about, or a topic of their weight, or what they should have did with their weight, or how can you wear blase, but they were always nitpicked in that area. So because of that, when they see you walk in, they spill out what was built up, the environment that was built up around them. So I never, ever, ever try to take it personal. When that happens, I just automatically know, oh, that must be that person's environment, especially when they don't know me, And I always love the ones who always ask me, like when they ask me, how do I handle things? Or because that's what we should do. But a lot of times that's not what people do. They just, they spew out what they learn. If you're curious, like, dang, what she wear it, she do her thing and she do it lovely, honey. She have fun with it and she looks beautiful in every sense of the way. Guess what? Let me ask her how she do her thing. Okay, that's what we're supposed to do. But again, everybody don't know that. Everybody don't know until they, getting somebody tell them, a professional tell them, like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be pushing people to be so self-conscious about this thing. And so, yes, so all that is good. But a lot of people, again, have an environment that breeds that. If somebody keep pointing out to you every negative thing you ever did in your life, trust me, and eventually you will start believing it. So again, we always think that we have to give other people our power and how and who we choose to be in our environment. That is not up to nobody else but to you, sweetie. You choose who you want in your circle, who you want around you. Let me tell you, I can do the most embarrassing thing. I can try to do a cartwheel and fall flat on my face. The environment that's around me, honey, they so supportive. They be like, oh, she tried though. Get it, girl. I got this one right here. Marvin don't care. It's like, okay, effort, she tried, get it, girl. Like, that's what it's about. So it depends on the people you got around you. And if you have people around you that, again, they're constantly mentioning every single thing you do wrong, you're going to have to fail sometimes in order to find your glitch, to figure out what it is you want in life, to figure out what's your path in life. So if you got somebody who constantly, oh, that didn't work out, I'm sorry, you're gonna need to have a discussion with them and pray. I pray, because again, it's not an easy thing to do, to start shifting people who, you know, because we want to go up, we want to grow, we want to get better. So it's hard. It's not easy when it's people that you love, that you got to start now placing boundaries there, because they don't understand. I'm not gonna get better by you pointing out everything that's wrong, that's going wrong. No, look towards everything, especially when there's so much things that's right with you. There is so much things. The fact that you're even trying, the fact that you even wake up and you're resilient at the end of the day. Sometimes I'll be sitting there like, dang, girl, you dope, because the things that I thought would have took me out didn't take me out. So for that alone, the Lord constantly reminds me of, it's so many things that's going right for you. But if you keep pulling from a place of negativity or allowing people to make you go off into that space, guess what? You're gonna miss the whole thing. You're gonna miss the whole point. So that's what I would tell somebody. Try to place boundaries there. Have a discussion with them, because some people just don't know. They don't mean any harm. That's how they were raised. So they're thinking they're doing something good, but you have to let them know that this is not helping me. I need to be pulled from an uplifting place, not just constantly trying to point out things about certain things that I'm not even worried about. But if that don't work, I hate to tell you, there is no way we can go throughout life without having boundaries. At some point, you gonna have to do it. I don't care. Relationships to me is relationships. I don't care if it's your boyfriend, if it's your family member, if it's a friend, you're gonna have to do it to a certain extent, because we all think differently. God made us differently. We all were created differently. And so you just gotta know that's the name of the game. And so environment is key. Switch up your environment. You know, start there if it's not a healthy environment that you feel like you can grow in, because that's what we're all doing. When a baby is born, a baby don't know what to do when it comes straight out the womb. A baby gotta learn how to walk. They gotta learn how to chew whole food. It's drinking milk for the start. So you're growing, we're progressing. We're not gonna know. If we knew everything, what would be the point? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're all growing and learning. So if you want to lose weight, that's totally fine. The second thing I would go into, make sure you're not the one that's tearing yourself up. What I mean by that is you sitting in the mirror for hours. I don't care if I'm using weight as an example, but it could be a business deal. Every day you wake up in the morning shredding yourself to pieces about, I didn't do this, I didn't finish this, I should have did this today. Don't do that. You spending the energy that you could be making a business plan, you could be using that energy to actually make a business plan instead of shredding yourself to pieces. The energy you're using to pick yourself apart, you don't like about your body, that's the energy you can get a food plan together. Set out a schedule between your work days and your working out gym days. You know, getting your shakes or your alternatives for sweets, because child, that is my problem, honey. Sweets, I love sweets. But even I know, and that's how I was raised, my mother never beat herself up about anything. If she had a problem with something, she spent the energy in actually doing something about it. Not sitting here crying about it. I'm not about to beat myself up about it, because this is more productive. This is more of a productive way, because you can actually be solving the problem if you really want to know the truth, if it's something that you really want. So I'm not against anybody better than themselves. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're healthy, as long as you know okay, I'm striving towards a better me. It's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure you're doing it in a healthy way, in a healthy setting. I mean, I'm not tearing myself apart. God said I am beautifully and wonderfully made. That means He believed in me before I was even here on this planet. So I'm not about to tear myself down, because what God said about me is not a lie. So that means you need to change here, before we even think about looking at that scale. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't even be checking no scale. I just do what I gotta do. I'll learn, I'll put my clothes on and I'll see, okay, something's changing in the clothes, because you gotta be careful that you're not obsessing over a number on the scale. And if you lose weight and using weights, because me and Marvin love using weight, the scale gonna go up anyway, because you're building muscle. So muscle is heavier than fat. And so you're gonna be disappointed anyway. So just, don't even worry about that. But yeah, use it in a healthier way. And then also knowing that your body is also beautiful and made for more than just vanity. It keeps you balanced. It keeps you equilibrium all the time. I had got sick one time and my fever shot up. And boy, in that moment, I felt like the Lord was reminding me how we take the smallest things for granted. We take the littlest things for granted, that this body, when we're not sick, it keeps us in balance the entire time. Some people don't get sick for like long periods of time. And so in that moment, I was like, Lord, I just thank you for this vessel that you gave us, because it keeps me balanced up until this point. I got sick, but I'm gonna get better, but it keeps me balanced for majority of the time. And not only that, your organs, it creates life. Having kids, that's not a small thing, that's a huge thing, okay? So we gotta start looking at other things of what this body, what this vessel do. Me here talking to you right now, okay? Like, it's amazing. This body do way more than what we focus on, okay? So, and if you don't know, honey, me being in school for long hours, honey, and cue card after cue card, I appreciated this body, okay? Because they gonna make you go into cadaver lab, you gonna read every anatomy book, and by the time, even if you don't want to hear, honey, you gonna know what this body can do. So that makes me appreciate this body even more than just what the surface stuff is. So yeah, just try to get around some people that really is, positive in a way, and they're productive in how they want to approach things. Yes, we all human. We want to do things. We want to better things. But am I using a healthier approach to do those things? Or am I doing something that's going to make me feel even worse, and I'm really not going to get nothing done that way, okay? The next thing that I want to cover, and this is really important, because when I was a little girl, me seeing my mom, that was one phase of it. But then it came the actual test. So when I came out here in the real world, I would brush against all kinds of people. And again, some of these people, they are very, they will love you, and then some people might not like you, or some people might like the way you look, or the way you talk, or maybe your weight, or whatever. And then you have this thing where everybody has an opinion about something. So on that phase, when I got out here actually into the real world, having a relationship with the Lord, he started dealing with me on things while I was experiencing certain things. And so one of the things that I want to read to you guys is this book right here, Authentically and Uniquely You by Joyce Myers. Oh my God, when I say, if you tuned in for this actual talk, honey, you definitely want to get this book. You definitely want to read this book. This book was so good. It was definitely a page turner. I wish I had this book when I was in my 20s. I wish I had this book when I was even in high school. Okay, this book is so dope. I think I would give this to, I definitely want to give this to my nieces, but definitely it is a dope book to read. So Joyce Myers is the author, and she tells her story through this book, and it's so many juicy, like, gold nuggets that she puts in here, and about her faith walk and her relationship with the Lord. But it's so many key things. So I want to read this one thing to you guys, because I think it definitely stood out the most when I read this book. So it says, freedom didn't truly come until I realized that not everyone would like me, and I was okay with that. I trusted God to give me the friends that were right for me. You can survive rejection, believe it or not. Not everyone has to think you are wonderful for you to have a great life. I have heard that 10% of all people won't like us no matter who we are or what we do. So why would I focus on the few who don't when 90% do? And when I say that was the thing that the Lord coached me through, definitely in my 20s, and when I got out here into the real world, is he let me know that rejection can actually be your protection. We look at rejection like it's a bad thing, but not necessarily. Rejection can be God's obvious sign to let you know that that is what he do not want for you. Meaning the car deal didn't go through, it fell through the roof. Nope, don't want you to have that. Guess what? The relationship that you wanted to get into, that you see clearly this person is rejecting you, the relationship is not meshing as well as it ought to be. And don't get me wrong, nobody is perfect. Everybody has certain, things that they have to work on. But you know what I'm talking about when it's obvious, the red flags. It could be a job that it's just not working. A job declined you. These are obvious rejections, but you just keep looking at the person that's rejecting you instead of looking at, oh my God, is this the Lord? This is the Lord telling me, no, I don't want you to go in that direction. This is the Lord telling me, that ain't your husband, that ain't your wife. This is the Lord telling you, I'm trying to get your attention, don't go that way. Like, it has been so clear to me so many times. So now I welcome rejection. actually love it. Marvin has been there. Marvin, most of the time, like in the beginning, Marvin didn't know what I meant by that. But it's so many times he has witnessed it as well, that the rejection was the best thing for me and him because it put us on the right path of the way we were supposed to go. And so what I would tell anybody, if you change the way you view rejection, the Lord loves us so much that he do not want us to go down the wrong road. He don't want us to go through the wrong path. So yes, rejection is going to be pronounced. It's going to be there in your life, but don't look at it as a bad thing. Everything that he rejected me from doing in my past, it set me up to even be here in front of you. I remember the only thing that I really did have an unsurety about was my career. No doubt. It was so many times that I was unsure because with God's track record, you can make plans if you want to. You know, they say that that meme where you making plans, but God is sitting back laughing. That is so me if I ever explained it ever. So many times I had an idea, and it's great for you to have a plan. Definitely you don't want to be out here and not have a plan. Totally have a plan. But if the Lord maneuver that plan, he do it to me all the time. And now I have freely relinquished the rights that he can take control of all of this. Because I realized I would have put me in a box. I would have cut myself off at a certain thing because I thought I couldn't do something. And look, I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I would have never thought, oh my God, I thought I would be like having camera shyness, all of that. Like, oh my God, when I say he super exceeds our expectations of what we think that we want. So yeah, I don't fight it no more. And I'm okay with being unsure about where this is going, even the place I am now. But I know I trust him and I know he's gonna take it from here. So a lot of times he would show me, it's okay if this person don't like you. It's okay if this person don't like the way your hair is or the way you talk or what your weight is. The people that's for you, those are the people that's going to accept you. And you know, those are the people that I sent to you. So again, we got to change how we view rejection. If we change how we view rejection, oh my God, we'd be like, ooh, okay, that was a no. So don't go that way, go this way. And so that has been the best thing. It was definitely a hard thing when I was younger because I couldn't get past seeing the thing that rejected me. But now that I'm grown, honey, and I'm in my 30s, it's just so sweet. I thank God every day for his direction and his wisdom and his knowledge. And like I said, it's no way I would have predicted this. No way. And we still just getting started. So, and if I say a lot of times when I talk about this stuff, y'all, I'm not just talking just to be bragging and talk about myself. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about this because I'm talking about it too with you. It's the same thing with you. If you trust God, if you believe God, if you see that something is not working and you see clear rejection, do not fight it. That is God's clear sign and that is not what he wants for you, honey. Willingly say, Lord, I trust you and I'm letting you take the wheel. Even the worst thing, you might be like, oh my God, why did that happen? I don't even understand. There's so many times I would be the witness. That would be like, I never thought this was gonna happen. But it turned out for my good. Those who love the Lord, he will turn it around for your good. You just gotta believe him, okay? And so yes, I hope you guys like this video. Again, this is another one that was laid heavy on my heart. So I said, you know what? Y'all ask me about it all the time. I'm gonna get up here and talk about it. And I'm also gonna put in a little resource, which is this book right here. Okay, you guys, this book is definitely a page turner. Okay, you are not gonna put it down. Even if you someone that was like me, I felt like I knew all I needed to know that the Lord, brought to my attention. But this book was so good. It was just nice to have another refresher, honey. So yes, I will leave the details of this book in the description box below. I am going to actually get ready and go and change so you guys can see what the ensemble is, what I'm wearing today. We might just go out and grab a couple bites to eat. And Wakanda came out, y'all, so we definitely going to see that. All right, I hope y'all going to see it because I know it's gonna be good. But yeah, so I'm going to change, and again, you guys stay tuned. And if you like this video, make sure you hit a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. And let me know. I usually know that you guys like these type of videos by hitting a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you know next time I do a video like this. And until next time, you guys, bye.